I definitely think we are missing a trick if Seth Rollins can't take a loss to the champion. That Raw main event this week, let's talk about it. Like, honestly, Jey Uso, that may be his best performance in I don't know how long. Like, maybe since he faced Gunther at Saturday Night main event. That performance was off the charts. And of course, it was with Seth Rollins, the Monday Night Messiah, Seth freaking Rollins, Monday Night Rollins, whatever you want to call him. Because when it comes to Raw main events, this is what Seth Rollins does. He turns it on. They had an absolute barn burner. Such a fun and to an extent a traditional Raw main event where it's very chaotic. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed it and I thought it was a great showing for Jey Uso. However, there is one major point where I feel like, and I understand why they may have done it the way they did. However, I feel like at the same time, this is an opportunity to make Jey Uso shine, and potentially we missed it. We missed this opportunity. Now, I've been very vocal about the upcoming Backlash match between Jey Uso and Logan Paul. Hey, two really good wrestlers. Logan Paul can pull out an amazing spot every now and again. However, is this match going to make Jey Uso feel more like a world champion? Beating Logan Paul, I don't think it comes with the cachet that, WWE may think. Yes, it will probably be a Jey Uso win, so a first or a second, in this case, title defense, which is good in his case. But I want Jey Uso to feel more and more like a world champion. I want him to feel more and more like someone that the crowd can really get behind, not just from a yeeting point of view and the entrance and the music and stuff, but I really think that Jey Uso should feel like a champion, and more importantly than Jey Uso, that world title that he's holding, that needs to feel like a big belt, like a real important, an actual world title. I'm not convinced that beating Logan Paul does that job for Jey Uso. I'm not convinced it makes him feel like any more of a world champion. However, Seth Rollins coming out through Paul Heyman and getting a world title. Paul Heyman came to Jey Uso and said that Seth Rollins needs that title. It comes with control. These are all kind of, nice kind of verbal affirmations to kind of show that this is an important title. And Paul Heyman's an absolute genius for doing this, because he put over Jey Uso big by saying, this man beat Gunther. He choked out Gunther. Then he used those words, like I said, Seth Rollins wants the title. He needs the title. He wants the control that comes with the title. Paul Heyman made this feel super important. And then they had a title defense on Raw, which, like they were saying on commentary, hasn't happened in 7 months. So if I'm correct, that may even be before Gunther became champion. It could be just as Gunther became champion, or just before Gunther became champion was the last time the World Heavyweight title was defended on Raw. So to give Raw some of these, like an exclamation mark to the programming, I think it was really smart. I think it was really good. Like, I really enjoyed Raw finishing with a world title match, with this blockbuster of a world title match to a certain extent, with Jey Uso and Seth Rollins. However, we didn't actually get a finish, did we? We didn't actually get a finish, did we? Bron Breakker came and got involved, and obviously he was helping Seth Rollins. So Sami Zayn came out, and Sami Zayn came to even the playing field with everything that's been going on with him and Seth Rollins' little group. And then CM Punk came back after a couple of weeks not being around, came back, steel chair in hand, destroyed Seth Rollins, destroyed Bron Breakker, and ultimately this is a Seth Rollins disqualification win, but obviously the title doesn't change hands. I don't think they even called it that. I don't even remember the bell going off. I think it might just go down as one of those non-contests sort of thing. So I guess both men get to save face there. Protects them both. And this is part of the issue. Do we need to be protecting a challenger against a champion? Yes, it's Seth Rollins. Yes, we are getting this new group off the ground and all of that kind of stuff. But Jey Uso has to beat people, and Jey Uso has to beat credible people. That's the only way he feels more like a champion. That's the only way the championship gets heralded in higher regard by us, the fans. Jey Uso needs wins, credible wins. And him going to face Logan Paul it's going to be a win, but it's like I said earlier, I don't know if this makes Jey Uso feel any more like a world champion. Jey Uso should have pinned Seth Rollins. Then, Seth Rollins' group could have done a beatdown on Jey Uso afterwards. Sami Zayn comes out, CM Punk comes out, and we get to that eventually. But I just feel this is a missed opportunity for Jey Uso to get a big win over a big name, a former world champion, someone that acknowledged that this is an important belt and he needs it for the control of Monday Night Raw. We have missed a trick here. And I don't want to make more of this than it already is. I think there is an overarching issue in wrestling that, we are protecting people too much and too many protected losses and this, that, and the other. Some people just need to lose. Seth Rollins, yes, he won the main event of WrestleMania night 1, and he's gone on to make this group and put this together, and they look great, and they are probably one of the most interesting angles on Monday Night Raw or in the WWE right now, full stop. But I definitely think we are missing a trick if Seth Rollins can't take a loss to the champion. If Seth Rollins can't take a loss to the champion, he may as well become champion. He may as well. He's not even an actual number one contender. Logan Paul somehow became the number one contender. So someone like Seth Rollins should be able to just, deep down, I don't think Rollins doesn't lose anything by losing to Jey Uso. Jey Uso needed this victory. He needed a big win against someone that is, a top guy in this company. And it would have went down well with the fans, because they would have went, everyone sit up, pay attention. Jey Uso just beat Seth Rollins. And because it's on TV, it's it's almost like a hidden kind of loss. He can lose it, and it never happened on pay-per-view. It's not going to be wildly remembered. But it does a lot for Jey Uso, I feel. And it does a lot for that world title that Jey Uso's carrying. So I just think that Jey Uso needs to be beating former champions. Give him Seth Rollins and let him beat Seth Rollins. Give him AJ Styles and let him beat AJ Styles. Finn Balor, we can argue, may have gone through too much damage in the WWE and, held the championship, the world championship for one day. So maybe it doesn't hit the same. I get that. But for me, and maybe it's to come, maybe I'm jumping the gun, but Jey Uso needs to beat this caliber of people before we can really believe him and, especially like I say, prop up that world title as a world title. We need the big bouts, man. We need the big fights. Him versus Logan Paul on a Backlash. It sounds very backlashy. It sounds extremely backlashy for the world title. Let's make this world title great, man. Let's make Jey Uso feel like a world champion. I think we can do it. Seth Rollins, he should have beaten him. That's what I think. That should have been a big scalp before he gets to Backlash. Jey Uso has just pinned a former world champion. Yeah. I think they may have missed the trick here, but I want to hear what you guys think about that. Let me know down below. Jey Uso should have done it, man.